Have you ever noticed how some people walk into a room and everybody's head just turns to look at them? That's because these people have what I would call a commanding presence, or gravitas. But today this has become known as aura. Aura referring to an apparent field of energy emanating from that person. Now, aura isn't something you're born with. It's also not something you can buy. It doesn't come as a given with status or success. So I've put together a video to help you understand exactly what aura or presence is and how you can develop it. And I do warn you, if you are somebody who is looking to simply fit in with everybody else, to follow the crowd and play by the rules, this one isn't for you. Having a commanding presence takes guts. You have to have the balls to be the person you want to be. But if that's you, let's get on with the video. Hello, my name is James, and I am on a mission to create a generation of gentlemen. We're going to start off by talking about style, because the way you choose to present yourself forms a huge part of your first impression. Understanding how your clothes should fit you, the different types of fabrics, which pieces are appropriate for different occasions, that's basic level stuff. If you want to have presence, if you want to have aura, you need to go far beyond that and actually develop a personal style that might even break the rules at times. You need to find something that's uniquely yours, because anybody can follow the rules and have decent style, but aura requires doing your own thing. In order to be an individual, you don't have to completely invent your own look from scratch. You can take inspiration from TV shows and movies, from runway shows, from magazines, from advertisements, even from YouTubers. Lately, I've been wearing a tweed jacket with cowboy boots and jeans. Did I invent this look? No, I saw Ralph Lauren do it. Something about it resonated with me, and I decided to try it. And because Ralph Lauren and I are incredibly different people and we look completely different in many other respects, it doesn't look like I'm trying to copy his style. Because typically when we do attempt to imitate somebody else, it always comes out different. We always end up accidentally creating our own version in the process. And bear in mind, if you want to command attention, the way you look has to be striking. And in today's world, simply wearing a two-piece suit and tie can be striking in certain contexts. And it does require balls to dress this way. You're not always playing by the rules. You're not always following convention. Dressing in your new signature style might not be appropriate for every situation. You don't need to go and wear that unconventional style of shoe at a funeral. You don't need to go and wear your old bomber jacket at a job interview. But when it's appropriate, embrace that individualism, and it will make you all the more memorable. The next area to work on is body language. In order for people to feel drawn to you, as if you were a magnet, they have to believe that you are at least confident in who you are. Your style, your physique, even just being naturally good looking, it won't count for much if you can't carry yourself. You've got to learn how to walk into the room not only like you own the place, but like you have 3 bodyguards behind you. This sense of confidence, the body language, the charisma, this is the vehicle that will magnify your aura. And if this is something you're struggling with, just start with the basics. Stand up straight, keep your chin up, look around, walk confidently. I have loads of videos on confidence already, but if there's something you need specific help with, let me know in the comments and I can make a video addressing that. And one tip, if you absolutely want to ruin your body language and confidence, then just look at your phone all the time. Right? It's so easy to appear more charismatic and more confident than the majority of people simply by keeping your head up, looking around and making eye contact with people. Never go on your phone in public if you can avoid it. The third step is to develop a personal signature. Now, what does this mean? Well, a personal signature could be your style, it could be your fragrance, it could be something like your accent, it could even be your unique role in life, the unique job that you do, or a unique accessory. For Churchill, that was his cigar. But what is it about you? One simple thing that people will remember compared to everybody else that they met. And if you're a professional person, this is a very powerful exercise in personal branding. Simply being known as the guy who wears the hat, the guy with the fragrance, the guy with the accent. These things will really help you get ahead. And don't be afraid to express yourself with a personal signature. Your eccentricities, your quirks, even your contradictions, these are what make you uniquely valuable, because they are what you offer the world that nobody else can. So when it comes to developing a personal signature, style and fragrance are perhaps the most obvious ones, but don't be afraid to look beyond the obvious options and find something that's uniquely yours. It will only make you all the more memorable. Next, we're going to talk about the way you speak. This is an area where so many men are going wrong. You want to speak in a way that is both charismatic and purposeful. Your words must firstly mean something significant. People must have a reason to listen to you. And then you must deliver them in a way that's compelling, engaging, and entertaining. And to do this, you have to refine the pitch, the cadence, the tonality, the expressiveness, and of course, the quality of what you actually say. Have you ever wondered how some men speak like they're seemingly reading off a movie script? Every line is perfect, witty, well delivered, and other men are simply bumbling along and look like they're struggling to get the words out. It's because the former men, the men who speak articulately, have developed these specific skills: the pitch, the cadence, the tonality, the expressiveness. In order to become a better speaker, it's essential that you are fully engaged in the conversation. Be in that present moment. Don't allow your brain to be anywhere else. And of course, look the person whom you're talking to in the eye. Hold the frame of that conversation. Feel like you are in control of what you're saying and where it's going. Don't allow it to be some kind of flurry that just passes you by and then you wish you'd said this or you hadn't said this and oh, I'm so full of regret. You have to hold that moment in your hands and say what you want to say exactly how you want to say it. Now, I know what some of you are thinking at this point. James, it's a great video, but come on, you're a 6'2", good-looking guy, a bit of social media presence behind you. This is so much harder for most of us, and most of us don't feel confident in who we are. And I'll totally agree that people do have different baseline levels of confidence. Not everybody is born with the same level of confidence. But there are loads of things that you can do to either reduce or increase your confidence. And just as an exercise, why don't you think about the things that you would do if you wanted to become less confident, right? I can think of so many things that if I changed for the worse, I would be much less confident than I am. If I stopped eating healthily, if I stopped taking care of my body, if I stopped dressing in a way that made me feel good, if I stopped styling my hair, if I stopped shaving, if I stopped getting out of bed on time in the morning, my confidence would completely fall apart. And I think that goes to show that there are also other things you can do on the flip side of that, positive things that will increase your levels of confidence. So have a think about what those are, and if it's helpful, write those in the comments. Things that you could do that will increase your natural levels of confidence. You know, confidence is a long game. Body language, clothing, that will help. But ultimately, confidence comes from being the kind of man that you want to be. And a man that you are proud to be is the same man that will have a powerful presence and aura. And if you want to have this presence, you must live in the now. You may not be where you want to be yet. I know I'm certainly not. You may not be proud of some of the things you've done in the past. You might not be proud of the person you've been in the past. And I believe that you need to set goals on who you want to be and what you would like to get. But as much as you can, be that person in the present moment. Think about this ideal version of yourself, and I'm looking at my vision board sellotaped to my window right now. I'm seeing the future version of myself. And every day when I look at that, it reminds me to act and to behave in a way that that future man would behave and act. It's like a North Star. It's my compass. I'm looking at that person, but instead of simply waiting to be him, I try and be him as much as I possibly can in the present moment. The reason you want to have aura and presence, it shouldn't really be about other people. Yes, those with presence will be noticed more, and the more noticed you are, the more admirers and the more haters you will have. But the important thing about aura, it's not about the effect on others, it's really about changing the way that you feel. The more powerful you feel, the more confident you feel, the more power you have to make a change, make an impact on the world, and fulfill your purpose and mission. Gentlemen, thank you very much for watching today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.